JBN, we keep you informed. Cop shot in Tivoli Gardens. 2 in 2 days in the corporate area. A policeman has been admitted in hospital after he was shot during a confrontation with gunmen in Tivoli Gardens, West Kingston on Sunday. Reports are that about 12:49 a.m. a team of law enforcers was on patrol in the Drackett's Place section of Tivoli Gardens when they were attacked by armed men. At the end of the shooting, the policeman was found suffering from a gunshot wound. He has since been hospitalized. The cop is the second to be shot and injured in the corporate area within the last 48 hours. On Saturday, another policeman was shot and injured by gunmen at a funeral on Waltham Park Road in St. Andrew. Reports are that the police traveling in an unmarked vehicle went to the funeral and there was a confrontation with a man who was armed with a gun. The policeman sustained an injury to the side of his face, resulting in him being hospitalized. The police are investigating both incidents. Man shot dead while resisting armed robbers in Ocharias. The police have launched a manhunt for gunmen who shot and killed a man along the Milford Main Road in Ocharias, St. Anne on Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as 57-year-old Paul Thomas, a sales representative of Milford Road in Ocharias. Police reports are that about 3:15 a.m. Thomas was among a group of friends walking home with their electronics and other devices following a social event in the area. While walking along the roadway, they were pounced upon by 2 men armed with guns who demanded their electronics. Thomas allegedly refused to hand over his device and was shot in the chest. One of his friends managed to raise an alarm and residents came to assist them. The gunmen, however, escaped in a waiting motor car. Thomas was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing into the development. 3 charged over guns and ammo. The police yesterday arrested and charged 3 men in 3 separate incidents in St. Catherine and Kingston. In the first incident, 20-year-old Noshon Guest of Port Henderson Road, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, was charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Lawmen said about 8:30 a.m. Guest and another man entered a wholesale in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, held up the workers at gunpoint and robbed them of their properties. The police were called and an operation was carried out. Guest was found and searched, and a Browning single-action 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 40 9mm rounds was found in his possession. He was charged and is scheduled to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, March 20. In the second incident, 19-year-old Kemar Spike, also of Port Henderson Road, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, was charged with illegal possession of ammunition. The police said that about 9 a.m. lawmen were on an operation in the area when Spike was accosted and searched. 9 9mm rounds of ammunition was taken from his pocket. He was taken into custody and charged. His court date is being finalized. 30-year-old Alina Legister of Whitehall Avenue, Kingston 8 was arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition and shooting with intent. It is reported that about 10:50 p.m. on Friday, March 6, Legister fired shots at a man at his home on Glen Drive, Kingston 8. The man, however, escaped unhurt. A report was made to the police, an investigation launched, and Legister was arrested and placed before an identification parade where he was positively identified. After a question and answer session with his attorney, he was formally charged. Legister is scheduled to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday, March 20. Barbican man charged for having sex with minor. 23-year-old Junior Baines was charged on Saturday by detectives assigned to the St. Andrew Center for the investigation of sexual offenses and child abuse, Sissoko, for having sex with a minor. It is reported that about 8 p.m. on January 1, 2018, Baines, who is of a Barbican Avenue, Kingston 8 address, had sexual intercourse with a minor in his community. A report was made to the police and an investigation was carried out. Baines was arrested and placed before an identification parade when he was positively pointed out. He was later questioned in the presence of his attorney and charged. He is scheduled to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Monday, March 23. Concerning Mobe over Chinese business closure, there is growing concern in the western Jamaican city of Montego Bay over the closure of some of the popular Chinese-operated stores there in recent days. At last count on Saturday, 7 Chinese-operated stores had drawn their shutters, attracting speculation that something was amiss. Big satellite today, as some Chinese store closed, something must wrong, man, was how one resident of the bustling city known for its tourism described the situation. Unconfirmed reports are that some of the operators had traveled to mainland China for Chinese New Year celebration last month before returning to run their businesses. Local authorities could provide no information on the possibility of any member of the Chinese community in Montego Bay contracting the deadly COVID-19 virus, which has left gloom over the global marketplace. Further south, in the parish of Manchester, Megamart, the largest supermarket here, is taking no chances with the novel coronavirus. The sprawling establishment located on the parish capital's southern outskirts has instituted a thermal temperature check at the inner entrance to the shopping area. Each person entering is asked by private security personnel, one with a handheld scanner, to submit to a temperature check. A refusal, one of the guards explained, means a bar to entry, and if the temperature goes up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, entry will not be allowed. This comes in the wake of Friday night's press conference in which Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced new measures to prevent the community spread of the virus, which has been classified as a global pandemic by the World Health Organization (WHO). Friday's announcement that the cases locally have risen to 8 precipitated the quarantine of sections of the Bull Bay community, which borders St. Andrew and St. Thomas, with the first positive case, a visitor from the UK referred to as patient 0, was known to have interacted with community members. The security forces have been deployed to that area to enforce the lockdown. Plea to pervert pastor. The Jamaica Union Conference of Seventh-day Adventists is urging the pastor accused of sodomizing a teenage boy in St. Anne in 2018 to turn himself into the police. We appeal to the former pastor to make himself available to the authorities to assist them in the investigation regarding the allegations against him, so that the matter can be resolved, said Pastor Everett Brown, president of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Jamaica. Brown also reiterated that the transfer of the pastor from Claremont, St. Anne to Little London, Westmoreland was before the allegations of sexual abuse against him. In his pursuit for honesty and transparency, wishes to clarify any misconception regarding the date that the former Seventh-day Adventist pastor accused of abusing a minor accepted a call to serve in the church's western region. We do not shield any of our workers or members accused of child abuse, as we deem it a criminal matter in which the law should take its course, said Brown. He noted that on November 1, 2018, the pastor accepted a call, which is a request from the Western region, to serve in the Little London district of churches. The church was made aware of the allegations about the pastor after it was reported to the police by his parents and he fled the island. He subsequently resigned January 21, 2020. Since the matter was made known to the church's leadership, members of our team in the North Jamaica Conference have been in touch with the victim and his parents, providing pastoral care and counseling, added Brown. The police have sought the assistance of their partners in the United States to have the former pastor return to Jamaica to face charges. The police say checks with the Passport and Immigration and Citizenship Agency have revealed that the pastor, who resigned from the church after the allegations were made, departed the island to Baltimore in the U.S. on Saturday, January 11. The Jamaica Constabulary Force continues to pursue this case as a matter of great importance. We are engaging our international law enforcement partners to ensure that the suspect is brought to justice to answer to the allegations that have been made against him, head of the Police Corporate Communications Unit, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay said. 700 pounds of ganja seized after boat chase. The Marine Police on Friday arrested 2 Bahamians and a Jamaican in connection to the seizure of 700 pounds of ganja in an operation off the northern coast of the island. According to the police, between 3 p.m. and 5:30 p.m., a team from the Marine Police observed a vessel in the waters near Discovery Bay, St. Anne. They signaled it to stop. However, the captain failed to comply and a chase ensued. The 22-foot single-engine boat was intercepted, searched, and 150 parcels of ganja with an estimated street value of $2.8 million were seized. The identities of the persons taken into custody are being withheld pending further investigations. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.